Yo, good evening, my peeps out there in the digital space. I hope y'all are having a wonderful, wonderful Monday, start of a new week, and start of a new opportunity. Hey, listen, for those who do not know me, let me get this intro out of the way and let me come on here real quick and drop some nuggets like my intent to try to do. So my name is Cedric Jenkins, founder and creator of Your Money Matters. Your Money Matters because of the fact you get up each and every day to earn it. You have the God-given right to keep it. But most of us are not keeping most of our money because of what we don't know. So it's my purpose, my passion to come out here and share some knowledge as far as why we are not keeping most of our money. All right, so you see the title right here, right? And it says, Why Let Them Hold Your Money? All right. Why let them hold your money? I did a post earlier this morning, real early this morning. And the question that I asked in the post was, here's the question. Would you let someone hold your money the whole entire year just so they can give it back to you or a portion of it back to you at the end of the year? So I'm gonna ask the question again because the post is right there on my timeline. But I asked the question: Would you let someone hold your money all year just so they can give it back to you at the end of the year? All right. Now I had a lot of responses from this post. Okay, a lot of responses. Most of the responses were not no, but heck no. All right, nope, 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 nope. All right. I mean, if you really think about it, why would you let somebody hold your money all year long and then they give it back to you where you could have done something with that money all year long? Makes sense, right? I mean, you could be making good use of that money that you letting that one particular person hold it, right? It could be a family member, it could be a friend or what have you, right? So when I did this post, a lot of folks said no, no, no. Now, here's one thing that a lot of folks are not realizing and understand is we as citizens, Charmaine, what's going on? We as citizens, we live in an economic system, all right? And within this economic system, all right, we do this year in and year out, and most of us don't even know it. See, if you are a taxpayer, all right, everybody here is a taxpayer. Believe it or not, you're giving your money to someone to hold it for a whole year for them to give it right back to you at the end of the year. That's called a tax refund. Okay. The government takes a portion of your earnings. All right. The government takes a portion of your earnings and they set it aside. They take it out of your paycheck every payday, right? They set it aside. Well, they don't actually set it aside. They put it in an account. Okay. And over the course of a period of time, every quarter, all right, they take that money and they go earn interest off of that money that you're letting them hold. When you letting the government hold your money, you essentially are giving the government an interest-free loan. Okay. Now, this is not about us not paying taxes because everybody got to pay taxes. Okay. This is not about tax evasion. This is more or less about tax awareness. Okay. I'm gonna reveal some stats to you, some known stats, because I can't remember this all off the top of my head, but I got them written down here on my Google Drive. All right. But it is known by CNBC, okay, CNBC Money News, at least 3 out of 5 people say they prefer to overpay their taxes. And when you overpay, you're letting the government hold your money. Okay. You're letting the government hold your money when you elect to overpay. Okay. When you overpay your taxes, you get a refund. See, most of us are being tricked and duped to think that a refund is extra money. I used to think that way too, but a refund is not extra money. A refund is the money that was withheld throughout the year is what's given back to you, and it's not all that they is not all of it that they're giving back. It's only a portion of it that they're giving back to you, and it's not all of it. Okay, so let's say that $250 biweekly is coming out of your check for taxes. That's $6,000 that's coming out of your paycheck that you're letting the government hold as an interest-free loan, to where they take that money every quarter and they go put it in the market. Okay, all money goes to the market, understand that, and then they go and earn more money off of it, and then they put it right back into their account, and it stops there. Okay, because it stops there, and then at that point the government has to pay bills just like you do, but they don't took your bill money to go pay their bills. Now, if that right there does not get your goat, you have to be dead. The government took your bill money to go pay their bill, leaving you cash flow negative, because now you don't have enough cash to go pay your bill like you're supposed to. That all because of the fact that we let the government hold our money. Now, here's the stats again. 3 out of 5 people prefer to overpay their taxes and get a refund. Okay, and that's because of the fact they don't like to owe a bill. All right, that's the fear of, well, let me just let the government get the maximum out of my paycheck, so that way I don't have a bill at the end of the year. But just know, when you get a refund, it's not extra money. It's just a portion of your money coming back to you. Meanwhile, while you letting the government take most of your earnings, all right, they're going to make money. They're going to take your money and make earnings off of it. They immediately become investors. They got to go pay bills. All right. They got to go pay bills. Here's some more statistics. All right. Let's see here. All right. So it's been said also that an average refund is about $3,000. Okay. I just mentioned, right? That's $250 roughly that you could be putting every month, that you could be putting in your checking savings account, emergency fund, or an investment, or just simply paying off on some debt. You got some debt right now that you need to pay off, but why let somebody hold your money when you got bills to pay now? Help me make the common sense of this. Why would you let someone hold your money when you got bills to pay now? If you got bills to pay now, you need right now money, don't you? Then you can't afford to let anybody hold your money. So why let the government hold your money? Now, let me come back and say this. This is not about you not paying any taxes. This is about overpaying your taxes. See, most of us, at least 80% of us, are overpaying our taxes for no reason. Well, I take that back. There's a couple of reasons. Either we know we overpaying our taxes and just don't care, or we just laying over and allow it to happen, or we don't know that we're overpaying in taxes. It's a combination of the both. All right. But that's think about $250. What could you do with $250? Can you afford to give $250 every month to someone to hold it, to where you could be using that $250 right now to go pay on bills? Remember, if somebody else is holding your money, which is the government, they took your money, your bill money, to go pay their bill. All right. So when in this taxation, right? In this taxation, understand this. The taxation is nothing more than a legalized GoFundMe. Let me just say this. Is a legalized GoFundMe. That GoFundMe says, give me your money and I'll take your money and I'm going to do something with your money that you can't or you don't know what to do with. That's basically what you're doing when you overpaying your taxes. You giving your money to somebody else that's simply just saying to them, I don't know what to do with my money. Here, come take my money, hold my money, and give me a portion of it back at the end of the year. Now I know we can do better than that, but we don't know any better. So that's why I'm here to try to help shed some light on this on this darkness here. Did you know that about $134.8 million goes to income tax returns? Okay. And about 106.4 million received refunds are due to overpayment. Okay, due to overpayment. So when you add it up together, that's about $306 billion in refunds. $306 billion in refunds, y'all. So when we're talking about letting the government hold our money, we have to kind of think, we have to stop and think a little bit, right? What could we do now? Don't we have bills right now? Now, I told you, well, I mentioned before that the government takes your bill money to go pay their bill. Well, what kind of bill that they have? Well, you got to understand that the government, our nation has borrowed money from somebody else. This country is in a deficit. Right now, if you were to go pull up, and I have it up right here on another screen, the usdebtclock.org. usdebtclock.org. Go to that link, and what you'll see in real time how the money that's coming into your federal government and the money that's going out. Let me give you what the current national debt is right now. Is a $23 trillion debt that this nation this nation owes somebody. See, this nation borrowed money from somebody. And so the person who borrowed or who lent them the money said, well, hey, look, you got to pay me back what you borrowed plus interest, just like we are when we go to the bank. So our government is in the same scenario. So the folks who lend the money to our federal government says, you can borrow the money, we'll buy your debt on pennies on the dollar, but you're going to pay us back what you borrowed plus interest. And they also said, well, you don't have to pay the debt yourself. Why don't you get taxpayers to pay your debt for you? Here comes the overpayment. Here comes the overpayment. So when we overpay our taxes, do you think the government is going to knock on your door and say, hey, Mr. Cedric Jenkins, you do know that you overpaying at least $550 every 2 weeks in your paycheck, right? Don't you think you need to go revisit your W-4? Don't you think you need to go revisit your W-4? What's up? What's up, Sherrod? Thanks for jumping on. Nah, the government ain't gonna do that. They love to see folks overpay their taxes. Okay? They're not gonna tell you to go fix that mistake. See, there's nothing that's in the tax law that says that we have to overpay our tax. We just got to pay our fair share. Okay? We just got to pay our fair share and not a penny more, because a penny more goes to our government. Okay? And our government has to pay bills just like you do. The first bill that got to pay is this deficit. Okay, a portion of that money that comes in through tax revenue has to go to this national debt. Again, the national debt right now is $23 trillion. You don't have to take my word for it. I'm looking at it at real time. You can too. All you got to do is open up your browser. We Google everything else. Open up your browser and go to usdebtclock.org. Go look it up yourself. Okay. You can see the money that's going out in debt. You can see the money that's coming in, which is the tax revenue, which is about $3 trillion, $3.5 trillion. That's all that's coming in from the taxes, right? But we got a $23 trillion debt. So the taxes that's coming in is not even making a dent to the debt that this nation owes. All right. So that's why we're getting hit with all these taxes: income taxes, sales taxes, property tax, Avalon tax. All those taxes add up to help. I told you, taxes is nothing more than a legalized GoFundMe. And it's basically saying you need to fund my bill. You need to fund my debt and put yours on hold. Because every time you let somebody hold your money, you put your bills on hold because you don't have the cash flow to pay your bills right now. All because of the fact we love to give the government our money, because the government done tricked us, most of us, to think that a refund is extra money. But it's not extra money, ladies and gentlemen. It's just what they took from us. We just getting back what they took from us. It is not extra money. Why do I want to give the government an interest-free loan off of me overpaying my taxes? Because when I overpay my taxes, the money that they're going to get from my overpayment, that money is going to work for them. But I'm the one who clocked in. I'm the one who put in the 8 hours. I'm the one who had to put up with my supervisor. I'm the one who had to put up with my coworkers. I'm the one who had to put up with the crappy work environment or job duties or what have you. I'm not saying that's what I have for real. I'm just saying in theory, all right? Because some of us we complain about our jobs, right? But I'm saying in theory, if you got to put up with all this stuff to earn your money, shouldn't you be keeping it? Why do we want to pay or overpay taxes when we don't have to? Okay? We cannot afford to let anyone hold our money while our financial journey gets put on hold. We can't afford that. I mean, if you can, let me just say this: if you can afford to have the government to hold your money, $250 every month, I'm gonna tell you what, I'm gonna open up me account and I want you to let me hold $250. Would you let me hold $250 every month all year? Would you let me hold it? I'm quite sure you probably would say no. So why would you let the government hold it? Why would you let the government hold it? The government is not going to do anything with your money other than take your money and take your money and make it work for them and not for you. Is that what you want? That's what you want to do? I mean, if you feel as though that's the honorable thing for you, you can go right ahead. My whole thing here is to empower us, to let us know how our economic system work. And see, when we don't understand how it works, the economic system is always going to work against us. And then we're going to sit back, pole mouth, and then complain about, I ain't got enough money to go buy my Gucci bag. I ain't got enough money to put no rims on my car. I ain't got enough money to go eat out and go do this and go do that. See what I'm saying? We rather do that than to help understand why We don't see most of our money. I can't, y'all grown. I cannot tell you what to do with your money. This is not me chastising no one. I can't tell anyone what to do with their money. I'm just here giving some financial awareness to let you know what's happening to your money and why you're not seeing enough of it and who your money is working for. We already know it's not working for you because it's not in your hands. Somebody is in somebody else's hand. See, when you let somebody else hold it, it's in somebody else's hand. If you give me your money, guess what? I'm going to do something with your money if you give it to me. So the government is saying the same thing. Give it to me. When you let the government hold your money, you essentially telling the government, I don't know what to do with my money that I just earned. Can you take it from me, please? And we look at a tax refund as a forced savings, but you don't have to have a forced savings. You can start saving without it being forced. You can set aside $100, $50 every time you get paid. You don't need the government to step in to give you a forced savings at the end of the year. I mean, by the time you get that refund check, everything that you owe them build up interest. And so the refund check that you're going to get, that one check ain't going to pay everything off because you don't have interest done built up on your debt. So it ain't gonna make a dent to it. So why wait to the end of the year to get this one, celebrate for this one check and ball out, or try to do the right thing and pay bills, but it ain't gonna put a dent to it because the credit card and the loans and stuff that you postponed, right, has accumulated interest. Interest accrues every day. So that's 30 days out of a month, 12 months out of a year. Interest that has accrued. Now you're going to try to take one refund check to go pay off a particular debt. It ain't going to work because interest done tacked on to it. So you're going to take a $3,000 check thinking you're going to pay off a $3,000 credit card balance, but just know that that credit card balance done accrued interest, and it probably done ranged up between $1,000 to $2,000. So you're not paying off $3,000. You're going to pay off $4,000 to $5,000 because of the interest. Guess who the interest is working for? The banks. See, when you let somebody else hold your money is working for the government and is also going to be working for the banks. And the reason why it's working for the banks because you have postponed paying on your debt right now because you letting somebody else hold your money. So the banks are like, okay, I'm gonna chill because you're gonna have to come see me. But just know when you come see me, you're not paying back the $5,000 that you got on the balance. You're gonna pay $5,000 plus the interest. So you're gonna either come see me now or you're gonna have to come see me later. It is best that you come see me now so the interest don't get piled up. But here's what we do. I'm just gonna wait till the end of the year. Let me get that refund check and I'm gonna pay off a couple of credit cards. Y'all, I'm not chastising you, I'm not making fun. I'm telling you what I know because I had the same thought process myself. And I wasn't moving the needle because I let somebody else hold my money. Don't let anybody else hold your money, not even the government. You wouldn't let your relatives hold your money. You wouldn't let your friends, your homeboy, your homegirl hold your money. Why you letting the government hold your money? They ain't gonna do nothing but give a portion of it back. But they're gonna take your money and they're gonna go to the street with it. What street I'm talking about? Wall Street. And they're gonna pimp everybody on the street and say, bring me my money. When they ring that bell, that's the pimp bell. And Wall Street is getting ready to cut some checks to folks after the bell is rung. If you got money on the street, then you're going to be getting some extra money coming back to you. Bring me my money. Bring me my money. Now the government take that money that they took out of your pocket and go pay bills. They got that $23 trillion debt they got to pay. Then also, they got other bills to pay. They got lights, water, utilities, all that good stuff, right? Not only that, they got federal employee salaries they got to pay. So they got to pay bills out of that. So that's another reason why most of that money doesn't go to the $1 trillion debt, because one, they got to pay bills. They got their own bills. And then what the other portion is, they got to put a little portion on the debt. Meanwhile, we stuck like Chuck because we letting somebody else hold our money. But hey, look, it's your money. You can do whatever it is that you want to do with your money. If you want to overpay the government, you're more than welcome to overpay the government. Let the government take your bill money and take your money, and they go pay their bills while your bills don't get paid. Or you can learn how to stop letting the government take your money. Okay, if that's you, there's a link in this caption of the video. It's probably at the top of the video somewhere. All right, you may not be able to see it while we're on this live or whatnot, but go back to the caption of this video. There's a link there if you want to learn how to not let the government hold your money. Click on that link. There is a strategy that the government has. Okay, it's the government strategy. The government has a strategy to where they can stop, you can stop letting them hold your money. You just got to be in a position to learn the strategy and to put the green light on the strategy. But you got to first know that the strategy exists. See, a lot of folks don't understand and know that the strategy exists through the government policies and procedures. There are governmental policy procedures to where you can stop letting the government hold your money all year, to where you can just get a portion of it back, because that's what a refund is. Now, a true refund, let me just say, is when you're not paying as much in the tax system and you still get a refund check. So let's just say that you're paying your obligation and you still get a refund check. That is a real refund check. If you're paying less than your obligation and you still get a refund check, that is a bona fide refund check. All right. But when you overpay your taxes and you get a refund check, that's not a bona fide refund check. That's just your money coming back to you again. Now, if you need the government to step in to say, hey, hold my money for the whole year, and then I get it back at the end of the year. If you're not disciplined to do what's right with your own money, then by all means, let the government hold your money. Okay. But for those who say, look, I cannot afford to let the government hold $250 every 2 weeks, $500 a month, $6,000 a year or more. Okay. In my case, it was $550 every 2 weeks. That's about $1,100 a month that the government was holding. I was letting the government hold. That's about $13,200 a year that the government was holding for me. Now, just imagine, what could I do with an extra $13,200 a year? That's a part-time gig, or that's a full-time salary for someone who's just not getting out in the workplace. $13,200. But they took that $13,200. I postponed paying on some of my bills because they was holding it, but they took that $13,200 and they went and paid their bills, and they made and invested and made money off of it, while I'm over here stuck like Chuck. And that's 80% of us out here. That is 80% of us out here. So this is, again, this is not about not paying taxes. This is all about not overpaying your taxes. And 80% of us are overpaying our tax because of the fact, one, we don't know how to properly fill out the W-4. That was my problem. 2, we don't qualify for enough deductions. Okay, so those are 2 reasons why we overpay in taxes. 1, we don't properly fill out that W-4. 2, we don't qualify or position ourselves to qualify for enough deductions. When those 2 things happens, we're going to overpay in taxes by default. The system takes and hold our money by default when those 2 things happen. But we're here to show you how to properly fill out your W-4, all right? And then also show you through the government strategy on how to qualify for more deductions, because you need more deductions to keep the government from holding your money. If you're not qualified for enough deductions, the government's going to take your money. All right. If you want to learn more about how to keep more of your money to where you're not giving your money away to the government, click on that link that's above the caption of this video. All right. Click on that link. Free info. Free info. All right. This is not no feel good stuff. All right. This is free info. It's not going to cost you anything. All right. Not going to cost you anything at all. However, the non-implementation of this free information is going to be very costly. All right. It's going to be very costly, even though it's free information and it's not, this is all free game, but not implementing this free information is going to be very costly. You don't want it to be very costly. All right. We already going through centuries worth of financial ruins, financial bondage, all that stuff, right? It's time to flip the script on this thing. At some point, we have to say, I need to change my financial picture, my economic situation. Now, if you're comfortable where you are right now, then this is probably not going to be for you. But if you're looking to change your financial situation, you're trying to make an economic difference for you and your family and your future generations, then take a look at this information, because this information is for you. Click on that link in the caption of this video, and you will get a video that's going to lay out how the government is going to show you how they open it up. They're going to give you the keys to the kingdom to let you know through governmental policy how you can stop letting them hold your money. They're going to show you how you can stop letting them hold your money. All right. Where you can stop overpaying your taxes, where you can start qualifying for more deductions. Click on that link. All right. Why let them hold your money when you don't have to? This is yours truly, Cedric Jenkins, founder and creator of Your Money Matters. Your money matters because of the fact we get up each and every day to earn it. You have the right to keep it. Let me look at the comments here, because I haven't even looked at the comments. Sherrod, thanks for jumping on. Mr. Gifford. Let's see. Mr. Gifford had a question here. How and why do they audit 4 years later? Filed joint and I have a business that showed a loss. Does that mean I didn't give enough? I wish I could answer that question, because they can go back. They can go back at least 4 years. As a matter of fact, I had got audited on my 2016 tax return, but that just happened here recently. But that was almost 3 or 4 years ago. Okay, that was almost 3 or 4 years ago. So I can't give you an exact reason why, not unless I'm an IRS agent or whatnot, because I don't know what their rhyme or reason for doing so. All right. I just know that they can legally, ethically, and morally go back at least 3 to 4 years, up to 5 years if they really suspect anything, to where they can go back and audit you if they want to. All right. And it doesn't have anything to do with whether or not you filed jointly, your filing status, or how much of a loss that you had on your business. Okay. They have ways of figuring out how they trigger, how audit triggers happen. See, that's not done manually, right? If y'all don't know, all right, these tax returns, when they being filed and reviewed, that's done systematically. At least 70% of it is done systematically. Y'all tend to think there are human bodies on all reviewing all this stuff by hand. Man, please, no. This Your tax return is going through a system, and then the system, there's an algorithm and methodology that's built into their software to look for certain things on your tax return, which will set off a trigger for an audit. Okay. And they put all that rhyme and reason in the software. Okay. So Mr. Gifford, I'm sorry I can't answer that question, but they can legally go back 3 to 5 years whenever if they want to. All right. And it doesn't necessarily have to mean it was your filing status or you having a loss in your business. Okay. All right. And let's see, you had another question. And should I file marriage separate or jointly? Okay. So check this out. For you married couples, I'm married as well. All right. You have to understand it is your choice. All right. And I say that it is your choice because of the fact you want a file that's going to give you the best tax savings. Now you got to understand your filing status comes with a standard deduction. If you're single or married filing separately, your standard deduction is $12,200. That is your tax savings. Okay, that's your standard deduction. If you're head of household, your standard deduction is $18,300. If you're filing jointly, your standard deduction is $24,400. So the way that tax savings work, I ain't gonna talk about credit because credit is a little bit different. I had that live stream last week. Go back to my timeline where I talked about the difference between tax credit and tax deductions. So I'm just going to talk about tax deduction right now. Tax deductions or deductions is the best way to get tax savings. Here's how deductions work. Let's say that you got your W-2, you get ready to file your taxes, and you earn $50,000 in total wages. That's on that block 1 on your W-2. Now you got this. Let's say that you married filing jointly. Okay, your standard deduction is $24,200. So now, if the government, or if you don't have, well, everybody, so you got $50,000. So instead of the government taxing you on every penny of that $50,000, you're gonna take the $24,200 and subtract it from your total wages. Okay, that's gonna give you right at $25,800. That's taxable income. That $25,800 is now what we call adjusted gross income. All right. That's what the government is going to tax you on instead of the $50,000. Okay. What you just did, you just lower your tax liability. And see, when we earning our income out here, that's the whole game. We got to be able to lower our tax liability so the government doesn't hold our money to where our money is working for somebody else. Okay. So to answer your question, Mr. Guilford, if you file separately, that means your wife have to file a tax return and you have to file a tax return separately. All right. Which means you're going to get a standard deduction of $12,200 each. Now let's put it this way. Again, you have to get your tax preparer to do the numbers for you. See what your tax return look like filing both ways, and see which one is going to give you the biggest favorable tax return. All right. The whole goal is you want to file to get the biggest tax savings that you can, so you don't have a bill, or you can get a bigger tax refund. I wouldn't know how much money that you're earning, so it's hard to say. I don't have that crystal ball. Said just ain't gifted like that. God done gave Cedric a lot of gift, but forecasting and knowing the future and knowing everybody's situation is not that gift. All right. So I don't know how much you and your wife earn, but sit down with your tax professional and have him to prepare your taxes, married filing separately versus married filing jointly, and then see which one gives you the favorable tax return. And if it's married filing separately, if that gives you the biggest tax return for both of you all, go with married filing separately. If filing together jointly gives you the best tax savings for you to get a favorable tax return, file jointly. Okay. I filed joint. We've been filing. My wife and I, we filed jointly. All right. Because of the fact we make a whole lot on paper. We make a whole lot of money. All right. And we don't get enough tax savings on our personal side for us to lower our tax liability. We have to put that tax. We have to file jointly to get the biggest tax savings as married filing jointly, which is $24,200. Plus, because of the fact we're entrepreneurs, we open ourselves up to other deductions that wage income earners do not have, which helps us with lowering our tax liability to where now we're paying less in taxes, but then yet still get a refund. Okay. So I hope that answered your question, Mr. Gifford. Just get back with your tax professional and find out which one is going to give you the biggest tax savings. All right. Because I don't know how much money that you and your wife earn, but you just want to use the one that's going to give you the biggest tax savings. Okay. All right. Well, let me go ahead and end it. If anyone has any more questions, I'll try my best to answer them. But if there aren't any more questions, then I'm gonna go ahead and end the segment. But just know that letting the government hold your money is not a good thing. That's not good financial money sense right there. Now, some of us know it, but still do it. That's not a good decision. But it's still your money, and I can't tell you what to do with your money. All right. Some of us don't know that we're letting the government hold our money. And those are the folks who I want to talk. I want the folks to get this message, because you don't have to let the government hold your money. You can hold your own money. You earned it, right? So why not hold your own money? Don't let the government hold your money. Hold your own money. All right. Don't overpay in taxes. Just pay your tax obligation. Just pay your fair share in taxes. All right. And let the government figure out what they need to do to pay their own debt, because you got your own debt you got to pay off. All right. So keep your money now so you can pay your bills now, instead of prolonging your bills because you letting the government hold your money. All right. That's not good financial money decisions right there. If you know better, we should be doing better. All right. This is yours truly, Cedric Jenkins, founder creator of Your Money Matters. Your money matters because of the fact we get up each and every day to earn it. You have the right to keep it. Keep your money, y'all. I want everybody to keep their money. Okay. Remember now, if you want to learn more about how you can get the government on your side and let the government give you the recipe from their governmental laws on how you can keep more of your money, click on that link that I got right above this video, to where you can learn more about how you can keep more of your money If you don't want to keep more of your money, you want to continue to let the government keep all of your money. You want to overpay your taxes and let the government keep your money. Don't click on that link because that's not for you. All right. We'll holler at y'all later. Peace.